Speaking with Bill Guy this morning, Chairman of Theta Gold Mines on JustStocks. Bill, morning.
Morning, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, really good, Bill. Good to be catching up with you. Big update from you a couple of days back, the mine site being permitted. Just give us a bit more detail as to this announcement.
Yep, sure. So Theta Gold Mines have got 6 million ounces under management, 43 historical gold mines. So we've recently completed a feasibility study, which gives us 12 years of mine life, puts about 1.24 million ounces in the mine schedule. So with that permitting update, we're now ready to go mining. You know, if we think about a gold price about $2,000 an ounce, the project will have an NPV at a 10% discount, about 669 million pre-tax Aussie dollars, with post-free cash of about 1 billion Aussie dollars. So, it's a fat project that makes good money.
What's been the gold discovery cost per ounce across some of these projects?
Yeah, sure. So at this project, we've got 130 years of data. So we've got nearly 100,000 data points in our geological database, about 2,500 drill holes. So really, we drill to verify. Basically, it costs us about $12 US per indicated ounce.
And with Theta's near-surface assets, what cost advantages would you have relative to some of the producers in the region?
Yeah, sure. We're very lucky. Our gold sticks out of the ground out the side of the hill. So it's just easy added entry. We don't need shafts or spiral declines. The reefs dip between 3 and 7 degrees. So it just means the trackless shipment can run up and down those angles. And we develop on reef. So we mine very little waste. We're always basically mining the ore body in part. So, so there's very little waste, very little fuel consumption, very short haulage distances. But the real big driver of this project is the grade. So we've got a mill grade into the mill of about 5.95 or 6 grams. When you look at that today in Australian terms, that's a very high grade project.
And where does your forecast all-in sustaining cost production sit among gold producers?
Yeah, sure. So since the feasibility study, we think with escalation inflation, will probably go to around $1,000 US, which is about 1,500 Aussie, which basically puts us sort of in the bottom quartile globally. If we look at it in South African terms, because the mine's so shallow, we'll be one of the lowest cost producers in South Africa. So we'll basically make our gold at half the gold price.
And what about the timeline for scaling up production from some of these underground mines?
Now, so post-funding, there'll be about an 18-month build program to construct the plant. We think by year 3, we'll have 100,000 ounces, and by year 4 into 120,000 ounces with the first 2 mines. In year 7, we bring on another 2. But really the idea is once we get up and running into production is within the first 5 years to get to 160,000 ounces by developing the other mines. So we haven't talked about Valhalla, we haven't talked about Glenn Zeidenberg, which are the 2 of the bigger mines. But really the idea is for the board just wanted to get started and make some money. So we've just done the feasibility study on the first 4 mines, and then we'll add mining units and mines to increase production.
Well, look, interestingly, you mentioned funding. Just remind us, Bill, about this arrangement with Sprott.
Yeah, so we've been basically dealing with Sprott for a fair while now. It's been a very detailed process. We're pretty much completed that now, so we're just waiting to hear from Sprott. We think we'll sort of get there around mid-year. That's the target. We're also working with China Power, one of the largest companies in the world. China Power's in the top Fortune 500 companies. And the idea there is to get some delayed payments with our EPC builder. So China's Power EPC builder will build the plant, and then we'll try and organise some delayed payments to further reduce the cost to shareholders.
I suppose importantly, just how supportive's the South African government been as you move towards production?
Yeah, sure. So the South African government has a very complex legal system. We recently, about 12 months ago, compared the South African legal system with using a company called Webber Wentzel, one of the largest law firms in South Africa. And basically that legislation complies with all the United Nations sustainability goals. So with the increase in ESG, all jurisdictions are going to become more complicated. But really for us, our big supporters have been the local community. The landowners, the community, they've signed petitions for us. They've lobbied the provincial government. So, they've all been incredibly supportive. They shared this journey with us, and, with that final permitting now, it's very exciting. One of the big risks in mining days now being removed, and, it's just about funding and developing the project now.
I suppose 2024 is really going to be a milestone year for Theta getting into production.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. You're going to be building things, and it's an easy story for the shareholders to follow. You can do a lot of social media with pictures of, trucks and things being built. We've already got 3 CIL tanks that are going to be refurbished from history. What people have got to remember, one of the low reasons why this project has a low capex, it's an existing mine site. There's 30 people on site every day. We already have running water, electricity, administration buildings, machinery sheds. We own houses. We own a lot of things from history. I own a forest from about 100 years ago they bought. Every time you drive around there, you find something else you own that you didn't know about.
Do you have some confidence, Bill, you might see this year some of the opportunity and some of the valuation within these assets better factored into your market cap?
Yeah, I think so. I think that will come. It's just we really have slowed down our marketing recently to get to this point. We didn't really want to jump up and down till we had that permitting. So now we'll go a bit harder on the marketing, spread the story. I think the Australian markets, is a little wary of South Africa in the permitting process. But now they don't have to worry about that. Really, it's just about us to get the money now and build it.
Great to see you, Bill. Thanks for your time on JustStocks.
Thanks, Andrew. Have a great day, eh?